Greetings! Today we're looking at the red pine tree, and it's Ontario's only native pine. In Indigenous symbology, it represents longevity, wisdom, and harmony. The pine cones are filled with seeds, and it really appeals to the nuthatches, finches, chickadees, grosbeaks, and other birds. And you'll often see blue jays and robins nesting on their branches. The pine needles are really tender in the spring, and right now we need a couple of more weeks to actually see the tender new growth on the pines. And you'll see right here, this is where we'll eventually see a pine cone that will be filled with seeds, and you'll often find the babies close by that have grown from the mother plant, the mother tree rather. Whenever I'm approaching nature, what I really like to do is really pause, breathe in, be aware of my breath, in breath, out breath, and connect to the tree. I find it's a really beautiful exercise in helping me connect more profoundly with nature, as opposed to me just walking in the woods and looking in a way that's not, to me, fully connected. And be really patient. Wait to feel or imagine that you're feeling the sensation of your connection with the tree, and eventually it will happen. The red pine, their needles, and again, asking permission and explaining why you want to use the pine needles. You can bring water to almost to a boil, and then you take out the pine needles because you don't want the pine needles to actually boil in the water. You lose all the vitamin C. It's very high in vitamin C. You can also use the water that the pine needles are in to wash your hands if you suffer from arthritis. It's also antiseptic, antimicrobial, antibacterial. Yeah, so if I'm harvesting or asking to harvest, I always ask permission from the tree or the plant and wait for an answer. And these red pine, they grow in their natural environment for 200 to 400 years. It's unimaginable, isn't it? The energy that they've soaked up, their communications with their whole ecosystem around them, completely symbiotic with everything seen and unseen to the human eye. And all life is sentient, so my gosh, what a teacher red pine can be to us. Also, the pine resin, let's walk up. I've asked and said a little blessing to the tree, and let's see if we can see any pine resin. You know, in trees in the cities and towns, you'll often see these branches, lower branches removed, but in nature, they haven't fallen off yet. And that's often, you know, the scarring is where you'll see the resin from where branches were. And take a peek here. This is resin where there was a wee branch, and then over here another little branch was there. Again, ask the tree, and resins can be chewed. It's very good for sore throats or any sort of ailments that you have in your mouth. It's just so beautiful, this absolutely gorgeous red pine, surrounded by other red pines and cedars and birch trees. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye.